Varus is a very interesting AD carry because he is actually very, very flexible. Oh my god, I didn't expect the match to start like this. Oh, that's a pain. Wow. Okay, that was so unlucky. I thought he might kill the Thresh, but no, he actually just died to Jinx, which makes it super hard for him now. Yeah, hello for the MissFortuneDaBes. We are watching a pro player. He's called Deadly, and he plays on EU West. He's currently not signed for any team, I don't think. But anyway, Varus, super interesting champion because he's very flexible. You can play him in so many different ways. You can go lethality with Qmax, you can go on hit, you can go crit. You can do so much with him, which also, however, gives you quite some opportunities to make mistakes. Many people build Varus incorrectly or build him in the wrong matchups and stuff like that. So his win rate is quite low right now because he's not too strong. Whenever he's strong, he's extremely strong because you also need to balance out bad Varus players, and playing Varus incorrectly, some people just straight up forget to press his W before casting their Q. So, I mean, Varus's win rate, yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Anyway, in this lane, Varus Taric, they should have a good post level 6, but before that you need to be a little bit careful. Also, this Varus player, Deadly is not going for a lethality build here. He's in fact going for lethal tempo. Let me show the rune. Are they fighting again? Come on, dude. With Varus, and especially in an all-in lane with Taric, you want to chill. You want to get your level 6 first before you go too crazy. No, wait, where do I need to click? Here? Yeah, okay, we have lethal tempo, presence of mind, legend bloodline, coup de grace with taste of blood, and ravenous hunter. So, maximum healing from the rune page, which is fair. I mean, you don't need to build any lifesteal items if you do it like that. So, I personally like building some defensive items on Varus simply because he is so well prone to getting ganked. He's immobile. He doesn't have the greatest movement speed either. All he has really to protect himself from ganks is his ultimate, and you want to use your ultimate proactively, not reactively. So I don't know. We'll see how Deadly does it though. He's a good player for sure, and it's always nice to see how they're doing it with the champions. So what I recommend for Varus with every build pretty much is Qmax. We'll see what Deadly is going for here. But yeah, in this lane, obviously Jinx has a huge advantage now. She just got an extra cull for free essentially. And you all know Jinx scales like a monster. So if you give her free gold, especially early on, when she can really take that to snowball, yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. Varus is, one of his advantages is his relatively high range. Okay, we see the Hecarim gank here, huh? Yeah, but they knew. They walked back so far. Yeah, they definitely knew. Oh, okay. The W-empowered Q. You can see it went on cooldown. So Deadly, in fact, remembering to press W for the execute damage. But yeah. Varus' huge advantage is his long range, both with his Q and E, which allow him to, you know, farm from range. Even if he gets zoned away a little bit, you can still use these spells to get your minions. So zoning Varus off the way... Okay. Yeah, he got caught. That Thresh trying to hold the lane, and Taric punishing him instantly, Varus following up. Yeah, that was very good. I mean, that was very greedy of Thresh, to say the least. But, we got him. Anyway, Varus' big strength, his range, for sure. Because you see, this arrow is reaches so long, you can hit Jinx from a mile away. And his auto attack range with 575 is also above average. Slightly above average. The average is like 550. Against Jinx, though, these advantages, I don't know. Especially once she hits level 9 and gets her 5th point in Q. She will outrange you. I mean, she will outrange you before that. Her Q range is massive. But at rank 5, it's 725 range. And with lethal tempo, this Jinx also has lethal tempo, as we can see. With lethal tempo, there's not really much she can, or not really much Varus can do once she starts auto-attacking him. Well, you can ult and then kite away, which is probably your best bet, which is also another reason why you shouldn't be wasting your ults trying to escape from ganks, because you were overextended. Anyway, yeah, we see a second point in Q here, in my opinion the correct choice. So with a lethal tempo build, I also like to max W second, just for the extra on-hit damage. Well, not just for the extra on-hit damage, it's nice to have because you get... What are these pings, man? I'm so used to playing with muted pings. These sounds. Anyway, W max second. I mean, it is very good in team fights because then you also get the resets and stuff like this. Because whenever you trigger Blight, you get your other spells back, which allows you to trigger Blight even more. So having more points in W to deal more damage with Blight to begin with, highly valuable. Whereas when you max E second, you get a stronger slow and a lower cooldown, which doesn't really matter too much because in teamfights, again, you get the resets anyway. Because whenever you trigger Blight stacks, the cooldown of your other abilities reduces. So you can essentially just circle through your abilities. Mana also not really an issue because you have Presence of Mind. And yeah, we see Deadly rushing Berserker's Greaves, which in my opinion is quite important on Varus. Again, you are immobile. Your damage with a lethal tempo build. Oh, that's a nasty collapse. Okay, there's no escape from that. Yeah, nasty tower dive. Oh my. Blue team should live too. Yeah, they push him out of the tower. They don't take too many tower shots. Okay, that's quite nasty. I think we are gonna see a very snowbally game from Deadly here. But what I was about to say, on a champion like Varus, who has a lot of damage in his kit, even just the 1 point in W gives you some on-hit damage. So the more you can auto-attack, the better. And the more attack speed you already have, also the more value you get out of your passive. Can we see the entire tooltip? No, we can't. But the attack speed you get is not a flat value, it's a scaling value. You get more attack speed. Oh my! Don't do it to them. Oh. Okay, they let Jinx go, kind of. Oh, okay, that was unlucky. They needed one more auto-attack on Jinx. But Hecarim here to save the day, huh? Or to int. Yeah, more like to int. Okay, that could have been... That looked so promising. Oh, that's so unlucky. Can he trade? Yes, he can trade, though. Huge shutdown for Jinx, though, so this is definitely not where you want to be. But again, it just happens sometimes. That dive looked very much promising, and it was a difference of one more auto-attack. Hecarim just inting, a little bit unlucky. Overall, unlucky play, but nonetheless, getting a 600 gold shutdown to Jinx, yeah, she's going to be a problem. Anyway, with Varus, again, you want to kite, you want to have your attack speed, and again, your passive attack speed scales off your bonus attack speed too. So it's like an exponential scaling if you wanna look at it like that. But it's not too bad on Varus when you have lethal tempo. Well, I say too bad, as if having high attack speed would be a bad thing. Well, there are some caveats, because attack speed is worth less the more you have of it. Because at a certain point you can't just really use it to kite anymore, because you just lose damage by moving at all. And obviously there is the attack speed limit of 2.5, which you should also keep. Is Hecarim trying to set up another dive? Okay, he's meeting the Talon there. Okay, I was about to think. But yeah, again, there are some diminishing returns with attack speed, especially because of the attack speed cap. But with lethal tempo, that's obviously not a problem, because you just get to 6 stacks very quickly when you have max attack speed. And yeah, from there, the attack speed cap gets removed. If you read the lethal tempo tooltip, it says on max stacks, the attack speed cap is no longer there. So then you can actually just stand there and essentially play the, what are clickbait YouTubers calling it? Machine gun, Kog'Maw, machine gun, Varus. I think machine gun is the buzzword here. But yeah, you can just stand still, auto attack 3 to 4 times per second. Yeah, that's what I mean, that's what I mean. The nasty post level 6 all-ins. Once Taric lands this stun, Varus lands his ult for free. And that's just so much, well, yeah, it's pretty much, it's just 2 instances of crowd control, but still chain CC, by definition. And it's long enough to kill an AD carry, for sure. And in team fights, it's so good because it spreads to multiple people. But again, with Varus, all you really need is that first takedown to trigger your passive, even in a team fight. Even if you use your ult to just snipe one target in a team fight, from there you just start going wild with auto attacks, no problem. Okay, they finish, or he finishes Gale Force and goes straight into a Zeal item. That's interesting. So Gale Force obviously works around the problem of being immobile. You have one tool to outplay. It's certainly an option, but you are essentially always skill checking yourself, and that tool is also on a 90 seconds cooldown. Anyway, it's a solid choice. I personally wouldn't go for it, but I'm just not the biggest Gale Force fan in general. However, this is how Deadly does it. Gale Force into Zeal item, so going for instant movement speed. I personally would buy a Rage Blade second item for the more damage, but again, movement speed on an immobile AD carry is nothing to scoff at. Oh, do we see another? Well, he has Gale, yeah, okay, he has Gale Force to follow up, okay. I was about to say, do we see another combo into ulti, but ulti is still on cooldown, so that was not an option. But yeah. Again, Varus follow-up still quite good. Even just landing your E, like dead center, where they have the longest path to walk out in any direction. Okay, he has ulti, but he has no Gale Force. We'll see. Okay, I mean, at this point, probably should have just saved his ulti. Yeah, he's dying here. For sure. What? Okay. Okay, I was about to say, that's gonna be a little bit crazy. You're not living that. But yeah, in my opinion, he could have saved his ulti. Because he was out, essentially, with Taric ult, and he could have just kept running and saved his ult for when it really could have saved him. But, boy, that was close. But looking at the components he bought, it seems like Deadly wants to buy Rapid Fire Cannon, which is a highly unusual choice on Varus. I mean, he doesn't really get... the point of Rapid Fire Cannon is you get that single long-range auto attack, which is, on some champions, highly valuable because they deal a lot of damage with a single attack. For example, a crit Caitlyn with Infinity Edge and her headshot ready, she can do so much off of one auto, and getting that from extra range where the enemy can't really kite around it too well is super good. Same for Jhin, who has his passive, which gives him so much attack damage instead of attack speed, for example. So every single one of Jin's auto attacks holds tremendously more value than that of the average champion. So, Rapid Fire Cannon on these champions makes a lot of sense. On Varus, though, you don't really get too much value off of any... Oh, he's playing with fire. But he's confident enough to burst before he gets bursted. And he has the lifesteal from his passive. No, from his runes, is what I meant to say. And it actually works out. I would have never dared to make that play. That's crazy, man. Just running straight at the enemy mid laner who has Crown and going for a duel. I think he broke Crown beforehand though, which is obviously correct. But yeah, back to the Rapid Fire Cannon thing. On Varus, again, especially with Lethal Tempo, you have this machine gun style, right? You want to get multiple autos off. After 3 autos, you quick cast your Q to trigger Blight. Then after 3 autos, you just cast your E to trigger Blight again, and then after 3 more, you trigger Q again. So you definitely want to keep auto attacking because you need to stack Blight. And because it's more like... Varus is more like a champion with, you know, death by 1,000 cuts. Okay, but it looks like Deadly is not even going for... yeah, it makes sense. Not going for Rage Blade, but instead going for larger individual, slower crits. Because this BF sword is very likely to go into Infinity Edge here. It's okay. It's also an option to just go more for the attack damage side. It makes your spells a little bit stronger, especially your Q. And but yeah, we see the W max second too. So Deadly also valuing the % health damage from Blight, and well, the on-hit damage too. So again, with when you stack more attack damage, it makes sense. Because, as I've said earlier, the more attack speed you already have, the less it is worth. And Varus has a lot of attack speed. So, getting each of these hits to matter more, yeah, why not? Why not? Again, Varus is flexible. You can build him with so many different items, with so many different playstyles. You can do whatever feels good for you personally. A great champion to one-trick. Similar reasons for one-tricking Misfortune, who also works with a crazy amount of different builds. I mean, you know the flow chart, probably. She works with lethality, she works with crit, she works with all kind of keystones, with Emax, with Wmax, even with Qmax if you really want to. And yeah, Varus is very much similar in that regard. Oh, he missed the cannon minion, I saw that. It's okay though. He's so fed at this point. But yeah. Also, the rapid fire auto attack, it deals damage to turrets, gives you more range to hit turrets, so it's good for sieging. Obviously here it doesn't really matter because nobody's defending the tower. Oh, that's a tough spot. 1v4. Not 2v4. Well, actually not really. They split up too. Okay, now it's a 3v3. He should be fine. Yeah, he gets one takedown. Now his passive is kicking into gear. But yeah, it's too much. It looked fishy. It was fishy. But I mean, he got 2 kills out of that at least. And indeed, Deadly went for the classic 3 items Infinity Edge Power Spike. It's certainly strong, kind of old school, but especially in Varus. But it works for sure. And he's a full item ahead on the opposing Jinx, which, I mean, it's not too surprising because of the kill difference. But I thought with all the shutdowns Jinx got, she could do a little more. But, I mean, she's still a ticking time bomb. You need to be so careful against a late game hyper carry. But I mean, Varus' late game, especially with crit, it's also nothing to scoff at. We will see. They're taking Rift Herald right now. Doesn't look like Red Team is going to challenge that. But so the next team fight is right around the corner, I can tell you that much. How much movement speed does Varus have? Can we see? Yeah, 416. Yeah, I was wondering, because Gale Force plus Zeal item. Yeah, he's quick. Oh, that's a dead Varus. No way he survives, yeah. Jace's burst damage. Face checking. That's just the AD carry way of life, I guess. But this is all, again, this is why I personally prefer Shield Bow on Varus. So you can play, or you can not really outplay, but you can just stat check them whenever something like this happens. And especially when you're that fed, chances are you beat them. Okay, so Varus does have still access to this Rift Herald Eye. And the best lane to use it right now would be mid lane, because mid lane towers are so insanely valuable. And, I mean, also all the outer towers are already gone. But it looks like they go for top lane tower instead here, which is fine, because, you know, Baron is on the map. So if you get pressure top lane... Well, that doesn't give vision, interesting. I've always thought Varus E would give vision, but that's just... Maybe I'm just a little bit spoiled by Misfortune E, which does exactly that. But yeah, so... next item, well, he bought cloth armor. It's probably a good choice against this Jace's burst and poke damage. But yeah, Guardian Angel 4th item, also very old school. But it works, I think, in this matchup, because Talon jungle also exists. Jinx, physical damage. The only source of magic damage is really Victor. Everyone else doesn't have any magic damage at all, except for Thresh, who doesn't count, obviously. So yeah, going for Guardian Angel. Definitely respectable here. That's a dive. Oh, that's a dive. Oh no. He doesn't see it coming. Okay, it's not. The team pays attention to mid lane instead. Again, chain CC, but not enough to kill him, obviously. Yeah, okay, they just used Herald for that tower. I don't know. I think they could have gotten more out of that had they just placed it in one lane and pushed with it, protected it. But they saw the opportunity mid lane, they went for it. It didn't work out too well, but I mean, you gotta take your chances, right? Gotta shoot your shot. But yeah, now we just push the wave past river. Or we keep the wave past river, rather. And even taking that poke damage here and there. But yeah, getting that tower plus pushing that wave in, keeping them busy. Yeah, that's a Baron attempt. I can get behind that. Especially since Jace is dead, you have numbers advantage. And Varus melts Baron. Baron 2 gives him, it's not just champions, it's also epic monsters, so Baron 2 gives you resets on your spells whenever you trigger Blight. So you can circle through your spells, deal percent HP damage to Baron, and obviously you have high attack speed. Okay, Deadly takes that kill on Talon. Jungler down, okay, Hecarim gets it. It was still risky because, well, Jace was dead, but Jace is only the top laner and not the jungler, so the enemy still has their smite to potentially steal it. But they had map control, they had pressure, and they also had the confidence to be able to, well, have the right focus should the enemy try to challenge. But yeah, now with Baron, the enemy base should, well, the tier 2 towers should all be easily taken down. Mid lane tier 2 is the only one that's left, but still mid lane tier 2 is so highly valuable. So if they just siege this lane, take that tier 2 tower, the entire jungle then belongs to blue team. I mean, it already kind of does. We see Deadly taking away the enemy Krug's camp there. And yeah, indeed, Guardian Angel 4th item. Now you can play way more aggressively as long as you are not running away from your own team. Because Guardian Angel is kind of like a trick item. It can give you a false sense of security, where you think, okay, I'm gonna get revived anyway, I can just go hyper aggressive. But when you do this without your team, then if you overextend and you die and get revived, then you just die again because nobody is there to protect you while you're getting revived, and you instead get swarmed by the enemy team. Okay, Varus taking the flank angle, feeling really confident with his GA there. Okay, okay. Insta-killing the Jinx. They should live through the ulti, just lifestealing on the minions, yeah. Okay, fair enough. I personally wouldn't recommend going for flanks as an AD carry, because when you go for a flank, you essentially flank yourself, because you are isolating yourself, you are out of position. Anyway, if you're that fed and have that much burst damage, as you see, if you just snipe the enemy AD carry outright, and then keep going with Varus' passive, yeah, you can definitely deal some serious damage to the enemy there. And their reward here is the bot lane inhibitor. I don't think they can finish. They can deal some damage to this tower, but it's risky. It's always risky to try and brute force. Okay, they took the tower. They should run now. This is now, they're clearly overextended. They should just run, join Hecarim in mid lane, and take the free stuff to win the game. Don't try to brute force things. Again, if you can get an advantage for free, you should always take it in League of Legends. Always better to take a non-gamble. But they want blood, huh? Okay, this is getting me nervous looking at this. Okay, finally they recall. Yeah, just reset. Spend your gold. Get your resources. Another BF sword. So this probably then goes into... I would assume Bloodthirster makes the most sense here. Well, I would say Bloodthirster makes the most sense here. I assume he also buys it. But it also could be a Storm Razor to combo with Rapid Fire Cannon, who knows. But they still keep going. I don't think this is... Yeah, this is a little uncoordinated. Yeah, they should die for this. And they do, yeah. This is why you don't split up. You just all reset, regroup, and then siege with 5 people. Because this is a... Oh, okay. Nasty. But this would be a free win then. And nothing that the enemy can do would work there. Because if you siege with 5 people mid lane, they also have to defend against supers in the bot lane. But yeah, okay, it worked this time. However, the safe way to play this would be to just full reset with everyone and then go from there. Anyway, that's how Deadly plays Varus. If you want to see more of these, or if you want to see my AD carry analyses in general, then click the link on your screen right there.